The ladies and gentlemen, greatest battle you will ever fight is not against people, systems, or circumstances. It is the battle of the mind. The mind is the control center of your life. Whoever controls your mind controls your destiny. If you do not take charge of your thoughts, life will dictate your direction. Weak minds produce weak lives. Strong minds build strong futures. Everything you do, everything you achieve, and everything you become starts in one place, your mind. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. So today I want to give you the strategies to strengthen your mind so you can fulfill your purpose. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have been given, and whatever you allow into it will determine the course of your life. Every great achievement, every failure, every breakthrough, and every downfall begins in the mind. The thoughts you entertain shape your perspective, and your perspective shapes your reality. If you want to strengthen your mind, the first and most important strategy is to guard your thoughts. What you allow to enter your mind will eventually control your decisions, your actions, and your future. Just like a garden, your mind will grow whatever is planted in it. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, your life will reflect failure, insecurity, and frustration. But if you plant seeds of faith, wisdom, and purpose, your life will produce confidence, success, and fulfillment. That is why you must be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Many people live defeated lives not because they lack potential, but because they have been feeding on the wrong information. If you constantly listen to negative voices that tell you what you cannot do, what you will never achieve, or why your dreams are impossible, eventually you will begin to believe them. And once your mind accepts those thoughts as truth, they will become your reality. You will start seeing obstacles instead of opportunities, limitations instead of possibilities, and failure instead of success. This is why you must protect your mind from toxic influences. Everything around you is either strengthening your mind or weakening it. The conversations you engage in, the books you read, the music you listen to, and the people you surround yourself with are all shaping your thought life. You cannot expose yourself to negativity every day and expect to have a strong mind. You cannot entertain gossip, fear, and doubt and expect to live a life of confidence and success. If you want to guard your thoughts, you must be intentional about what you feed your mind. Be mindful of your associations. The people around you have the power to shape your thinking, either positively or negatively. If you surround yourself with small-minded people, you will begin to think small. If you spend time with people who constantly complain, you will adopt a complaining spirit. But if you walk with visionaries, dreamers, and leaders, their mindset will inspire you to think bigger, aim higher, and push beyond limitations. Your company determines your mindset, and your mindset determines your future. You must also be careful about what you listen to and watch. Many people do not realize that their minds are being programmed by the content they consume. If you constantly feed on fear-driven news, you will live in anxiety. If you consume entertainment that promotes laziness, mediocrity, and immorality, your standards will begin to shift. What enters your eyes and ears will eventually settle in your heart and mind, shaping your values and beliefs. Protect what you allow to influence you, because what enters your mind will eventually come out in your life. One of the greatest ways to guard your thoughts is to replace negativity with truth. Every time a thought of fear enters your mind, replace it with a thought of faith. Every time doubt tries to creep in, remind yourself of your potential. When the world tells you that you are not good enough, declare that you were born for greatness. When circumstances try to convince you that you will fail, remind yourself that failure is only a lesson, not a destination. The mind must be trained to reject what weakens it and embrace what strengthens it. A strong mind is built through intentional thinking. You must take control of your thoughts before your thoughts be in control of you. Do not allow fear to dictate your decisions. Do not allow negativity shape your perspective. Do not let the world tell you who you are when you were created with purpose and potential. Fill your mind with wisdom, knowledge, and truth, because what you think determines what you become. Your life is a reflection of your mind. If you want to change your life, change your thinking. If you want to achieve greatness, protect your thoughts from anything that weakens your belief in yourself. Be disciplined about what you allow to influence you, and you will develop the strength to overcome any challenge and fulfill your purpose. Your mind is the battlefield where success and failure are decided. The difference between those who rise and those who remain stagnant is not their background, resources, or circumstances. It is what they believe about themselves. What you accept as truth in your mind will dictate how far you go in life. This is why you must challenge every limiting belief that tries to hold you back. Many people live below their potential, not because they lack ability, but because they have accepted false limitations. Someone told them they were not smart enough, and they believed it. Someone said they would never succeed, and they accepted it as truth. Others were raised in environments that conditioned them to think small, so they never dared to dream big. But here is the truth: what you believe about yourself is more powerful than what anyone says about you. It does not matter who told you that you are not capable. It does not matter what society has labeled you. It does not even matter what your past looks like. If you continue to believe limitations, you will live a limited life. A weak mind accepts anything without questioning it. A strong mind examines every thought and decides what is worth keeping. Just because a thought enters your mind does not mean it is true. If a thought says you will never be successful, you must ask yourself, who said that? What evidence do I have? Is this the truth, or is this fear speaking? If a thought tells you you are not good enough, challenge it. Who defines what good enough is? Who set the standard? The moment you begin to question negative thoughts, you take back control of your mind. Many people struggle with fear of failure because they believe that failure defines them. But failure is not a definition, it is an event. Just because you failed at something does not mean you are a failure. Just because you made mistakes does not mean you are not capable. A strong mind understands that failure is a teacher, not a final destination. Every great leader, every successful person, every world changer has faced failure. But the difference is they did not let it define them. They challenged the belief that failure was the end, and instead they used it as a stepping stone to success. If you want to strengthen your mind, you must reprogram your thinking. Many of the limitations you believe were never meant to be part of your life. You simply inherited them from the environment you grew up in. Maybe you were raised in a home where no one believed in dreaming big. Maybe you were surrounded by people who constantly spoke negativity. Maybe you grew up hearing people like us don't succeed, or that's impossible for someone from our background. But just because you were exposed to small thinking does not mean you have to accept it. You must challenge those beliefs and replace them with the truth. The truth is you were created with potential. The truth is you have gifts and talents that are unique to you. The truth is no one else can fulfill your purpose but you. The truth is no matter what has happened in your past, your future is still in your hands. When you start to believe the truth instead of lies, your entire mindset shifts. You stop seeing obstacles as limitations and start seeing them as challenges to overcome. You stop doubting yourself and start believing that you are capable of more. One of the greatest ways to challenge limiting beliefs is to expose yourself to new knowledge. Read books that expand your thinking. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Listen to voices that push you to believe in yourself. If you only listen to the same voices that have kept you small, you will never break free from those limitations. You must intentionally seek out wisdom, inspiration, and truth. The more you learn, the more you realize how much is possible. You must also be careful with the words you speak about yourself. Your words reinforce your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. Stop saying, I can't. Stop saying, I'm not smart enough. Stop saying, I don't have what it takes. Instead, start declaring the truth. I am capable. I am equipped. I am strong. I will overcome. The more you speak words of power, the more your mind will align with that truth. Do not let false limitations dictate your future. Do not allow fear, doubt, or past experiences to define you. Every time a thought tells you that you are not enough, challenge it. Every time a belief tries to keep you small, reject it. Take control of your mind and you will take control of your life. Your mind is like a muscle. If you do not train it, it will remain weak. Strength is not given, it is developed through discipline. A weak mind is undisciplined, reacting to every emotion, distraction, and challenge without control. But a strong mind is trained to stay focused, to push through resistance, and to reject anything that weakens it. If you want to build a mind that can withstand the pressures of life, you must develop the discipline to control your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. Discipline is the foundation of mental strength. Without it, your mind will be controlled by external circumstances. Some people wake up every day and allow their emotions to dictate their actions. If they feel motivated, they work hard. If they feel discouraged, they do nothing. If they face a challenge, they give up. But a disciplined mind does not operate based on feelings, it operates based on decisions. You must train yourself to do what is necessary, not just what is comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of growth, and an undisciplined mind will always seek the easiest path. One of the greatest battles of the mind is the battle against distractions. The world is filled with noise entertainment, social media, unnecessary conversations, all fighting for your attention. If you do not discipline your mind to focus on what is important, you will waste your time on things that do not add value to your life. Successful people are not necessarily the most talented, but they are the most disciplined. They know how to say no to distractions. They understand that every wasted moment is a moment stolen from their purpose. If you do not control what gets your attention, you will never achieve what you were created for. Discipline is also required to overcome fear. Fear is the greatest enemy of the mind because it paralyzes potential. An undisciplined mind gives in to fear and avoids challenges, but a trained mind faces fear head-on. Every time you run away from fear, you weaken your mental strength. But every time you confront fear and push through, your mind becomes stronger. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the discipline to act despite fear. If you wait for fear to disappear before you take action, you will never move forward. You must train your mind to push through fear, uncertainty, and doubt, knowing that your destiny is on the other side. Emotional discipline is another key to strengthening the mind. Many people allow their emotions to control their actions. They get angry and make rash decisions. They feel discouraged and give up. They experience rejection and lower their self-worth. But a strong mind does not allow emotions to dictate its course. This does not mean you ignore your emotions, but it means you do not let them control you. Just because you feel discouraged does not mean you stop moving forward. Just because you feel afraid does not mean you stop taking action. You must train your emotions to submit to your purpose, not the other way around. Mental discipline also requires consistency. It is not something you develop in one day, it is built through daily habits. If you only exercise discipline when you feel like it, you will never be strong. Strength is developed through repetition. Just like an athlete trains their body every day to build muscle, you must train your mind every day to build mental strength. If you practice focus every day, you will become focused. If you practice self-control every day, you will become disciplined. If you practice resilience every day, you will become unshakable. Your mind will reflect what you consistently train it to do. Another important aspect of mental discipline is learning how to think for yourself. Many people allow the world to dictate what they believe, what they pursue, and how they see themselves. They follow the crowd instead of following their convictions. A weak mind conforms, but a strong mind thinks independently. Train yourself to question what you hear, to seek wisdom, and to make decisions based on truth, not pressure. If you do not discipline your mind to think critically, you will always be controlled by other people's opinions. The greatest minds in history were not necessarily the most intelligent, they were the most disciplined. They learned how to control their focus, master their emotions, and train their thoughts. They did not allow fear, distraction, or laziness to dictate their future. And that is the mindset you must develop if you want to live a life of purpose. A strong mind is not a gift, it is a reward. It is the result of daily discipline, intentional thinking, and consistent training. You must decide today to take control of your mind, to discipline your thoughts, and to push past every obstacle. The life you desire is on the other side of discipline. Your mind is the key to your future, and how you see challenges will determine how far you go in life. Weak minds see obstacles as permanent roadblocks, but strong minds see them as opportunities to grow. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stagnant is not their circumstances, but their mindset. If you want to strengthen your mind, you must develop a growth mindset, one that embraces challenges, learns from failure, and refuses to settle for less than its full potential. Many people remain trapped in the same struggles year after year, not because they lack ability, but because they have adopted a fixed mindset. They believe that their intelligence, talent, or situation cannot change. When they face difficulties, they assume they have reached their limit. When they experience failure, they believe they are not good enough. But a growth mindset understands that nothing is fixed, everything can be developed, improved, and expanded. The mind has no limits except the ones you accept. Failure is one of the greatest tests of mindset. Some people see failure as a signal to quit, while others see it as a lesson to improve. The difference is not in the failure itself, but in the response to it. If you see failure as the end, you will never move forward. But if you see it as feedback, as a stepping stone, as a necessary part of growth, then failure becomes your greatest teacher. Every mistake carries a lesson, and every setback is an opportunity to learn something new. If you are not failing, you are not growing. Growth requires risk, and risk comes with the possibility of failure. The key is not to avoid failure, but to extract wisdom from it. A strong mind does not run from challenges, it welcomes them. Growth does not happen in comfort. If you only do what is easy, you will never develop the strength to handle greater opportunities. Many people desire success but avoid the process required to achieve it. They want progress without struggle, results without effort, and elevation without preparation. But nothing great is built without resistance. Just like a muscle grows through resistance, the mind becomes stronger through challenges. Every difficulty you overcome expands your capacity. Every problem you solve increases your wisdom. Every test you pass prepares you for the next level. Your perspective on struggle determines how you experience life. If you see struggles as burdens, you will live in frustration. But if you see them as opportunities to grow, you will develop a mindset that turns every obstacle into an advantage. The greatest breakthroughs often come after the greatest struggles. The problem is not the struggle, it is your interpretation of it. If you view difficulties as things that weaken you, you will become weak. But if you view them as things that strengthen you, you will rise above them. One of the most important qualities of a growth mindset is adaptability. Life is full of changes, and those who refuse to grow will be left behind. Many people struggle because they resist change. They hold on to old ways of thinking, old habits, and old methods that no longer serve them. But the world is constantly evolving, and the ability to learn, adjust, and grow is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. A strong mind is always seeking to improve, to learn something new, and to develop new skills. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. Another key to developing a growth mindset is to surround yourself with people who challenge you. Your environment influences your thinking, and if you are surrounded by people who settle for less, you will be tempted to do the same. But if you associate with people who push themselves, who embrace challenges, and who refuse to stay the same, their mindset will influence yours. Growth happens in environments that encourage learning, persistence, and excellence. If you want to strengthen your mind, you must be intentional about the voices you listen to. Your words also play a role in shaping your mindset. What you say reinforces what you believe. If you constantly say, "This is too hard, I will never succeed," or "I am not good enough," your mind will accept those statements as truth. But if you declare, "I can learn, I will overcome, and I am growing every day," your mind will begin to align with those words. Speak what you want to see, not what you fear. Train your mind to respond to challenges with confidence instead of doubt. Growth is not automatic, it is intentional. A strong mind is built through daily choices to learn, to persist, and to push beyond comfort. If you want to achieve more, you must become more. If you want to see change, you must embrace growth. Strength is developed in the process, and those who are willing to grow will always rise above those who choose to remain the same. Your mind is a product of the environment you expose it to. Every thought, every belief, every habit is influenced by the people you surround yourself with. If you want to strengthen your mind, you must be intentional about the company you keep. The people around you will either fuel your growth or drain your potential. They will either challenge you to become better or keep you stuck in mediocrity. Many people struggle in life, not because they lack talent or ability, but because they are connected to the wrong people. They allow negative influences to shape their thinking. They listen to voices that tell them what they cannot do, why they should not try, and why success is impossible. Over time, they begin to believe those voices and their lives start reflecting those limitations. But the truth is, your future is too important to be placed in the hands of the wrong people. You must protect your mind by surrounding yourself with those who inspire, challenge, and push you toward growth. The people you associate with determine your mindset. If you spend time with complainers, you will develop a complaining spirit. If you surround yourself with people who constantly make excuses, you will begin to adopt the same mentality. But if you walk with visionaries, with dreamers, with people who are constantly growing, their mindset will elevate yours. Your associations are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. It is said that you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. If those 5 people are lazy, negative, and unmotivated, that energy will influence you. But if those 5 people are driven, disciplined, and focused, their habits will begin to rub off on you. Strengthening your mind requires the courage to evaluate your relationships and make the necessary adjustments. Not everyone can go with you to the next level. Some connections are seasonal, and if you hold on to the wrong people for too long, they will hinder your progress. One of the greatest decisions you can make for your mental strength is to connect with people who make you think bigger. The right relationships will expand your vision, expose you to new possibilities, and challenge you to rise above your current level. They will push you beyond your comfort zone and remind you of your potential when you forget it. They will not allow you to settle for less than what you are capable of. When you are surrounded by people who believe in growth, you will naturally develop a mindset that embraces growth. However, choosing the right people does not mean surrounding yourself with those who only agree with you. True growth comes from being around individuals who challenge your thinking, correct you when necessary, and push you to improve. Weak minds reject correction, but strong minds value it. If you only associate with people who tell you what you want to hear, you will never grow. Growth requires being around those who sharpen you, even when their words are uncomfortable. Another important aspect of strengthening your mind through relationships is learning how to handle negative influences. There will always be people who try to discourage you, who do not believe in your vision, or who speak words of doubt. You cannot allow those voices to take root in your mind. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that is okay. You must develop the strength to move forward even when others do not see what you see. If you allow the negativity of others to shape your thinking, you will never reach your full potential. Protecting your mind also means setting boundaries. You do not have to entertain every conversation, accept every opinion, or engage in every discussion. Some people will drain your energy with negativity, gossip, or small thinking. If you constantly expose yourself to such conversations, they will weaken your mindset. You must be disciplined about what you allow into your mental space. If a relationship is not adding value to your life, it may be time to distance yourself. The journey to success and personal growth is not meant to be walked alone. Everyone needs a strong support system, people who uplift, encourage, and challenge them. Surround yourself with mentors who can guide you, peers who can push you, and friends who can inspire you. The right people will accelerate your growth and strengthen your mind in ways you cannot achieve alone. Your future is too important to be influenced by the wrong voices. Choose your associations wisely, and you will develop a mindset that is unshakable, focused, and trendy. Embrace the greatness within you. Your mind is your greatest asset, and like any valuable possession, it must be protected. Just as you would not leave your home open to thieves, you cannot leave your mind unguarded against negative influences. What you allow into your mind will shape your thoughts, decisions, and ultimately your destiny. A strong mind is not just built through knowledge and discipline, it is sustained by vigilance. If you want to develop mental strength, you must be intentional about what you consume, what you entertain, and what you allow to take root in your thinking. Every day, your mind is being shaped by the information you receive, the books you read, the conversations you engage in, the media you watch, and the words you listen to all influence your mindset. If you consistently expose yourself to negativity, doubt, and fear, your mind will begin to reflect those things. But if you feed your mind with wisdom, truth, and inspiration, you will develop a mindset that is resilient, focused, and unstoppable. You cannot expect to have a strong mind if you are constantly feeding it weak thoughts. One of the greatest threats to mental strength is negative thinking. Your thoughts create your reality, and if your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and worry, your life will reflect those things. You must guard your thoughts with intentionality. When a negative thought enters your mind, do not entertain it, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Does this thought serve my purpose? Does this thought align with the vision I have for my life? If it does not, reject it. You do not have to accept every thought that comes into your mind. Just as you filter what you eat to maintain physical health, you must filter what you think to maintain mental strength. Another area that requires guarding is the words spoken over your life. Words have power. They can either build you up or tear you down. Many people are living under the weight of negative words spoken over them years ago, words from parents, teachers, friends, or even their own self-talk. But just because something was spoken does not mean you have to accept it. If someone told you that you are not good enough, that you will never succeed, or that you are limited by your circumstances, you must reject those words. Replace them with words of truth, words that affirm your strength, your potential, and your purpose. Your mind is also influenced by the company you keep. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, gossip, or small-minded thinking, it will weaken your mental state. Guard your mind by being selective about who you allow into your inner circle. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, who encourage you to think bigger, and who push you to be your best. Relationships should elevate you, not drain you. If a connection is consistently pulling you away from your goals, it may be time to reevaluate its place in your life. Entertainment and media consumption also play a significant role in shaping the mind. Many people unknowingly weaken their mindset by constantly feeding themselves distractions, toxic content, and meaningless noise. What you watch, listen to, and engage with on a daily basis is programming your mind, whether you realize it or not. If you spend hours consuming negativity, it will manifest in your thoughts and emotions. But if you fill your mind with wisdom, motivation, and knowledge, you will develop a mindset that is strong and unshakable. Protecting your mind also means managing stress and avoiding burnout. A strong mind requires rest, clarity, and renewal. Many people weaken their mental strength because they never take time to reset. They are constantly overwhelmed, consumed by worry, and running on empty. But a strong mind is not just one that endures hardship, it is one that knows how to recover. Take time to disconnect from distractions, to reflect, and to refocus. Your mind cannot function at its best if it is always in a state of exhaustion. Discipline is required to guard your mind daily. It is not enough to protect it. Occasionally, you must be consistent. Just as you would not leave the doors of your home open to intruders, do not leave your mind open to negativity. Set boundaries for what you allow in. Be intentional about what you consume. Filter the voices you listen to. Choose your thoughts wisely. Your mind is your greatest asset. And when you guard it with diligence, you position yourself for a life of strength, clarity, and success. Your mind is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve in life. It determines how you see yourself, how you respond to challenges, and how far you go. A strong mind is not built overnight. It is developed through discipline, intentional growth, and the courage to reject anything that weakens it. You must train your mind to think beyond limitations, to push past fear, and to embrace challenges as opportunities. You must surround yourself with people who elevate you, guard your mind from negative influences, and feed it with wisdom, truth, and vision. Success is not given to the strongest or the most talented. It is given to those who have mastered the art of mental strength. Your future depends on the choices you make today. Will you settle for a life controlled by doubt, fear, and distraction? Or will you rise, take control of your mind, and shape your destiny with focus and determination? The choice is yours. I encourage you to take action, to commit to strengthening your mind daily, and to never allow anything or anyone to limit your potential. The life you desire is within your reach, but it starts with the way you think. Stay strong, stay focused, and never stop growing. Good luck on your journey, and thank you for your time.